Backstage in Brooklyn, I'm joined by the boss, Dana Uайt. Dana, obviously not your favorite night. What was the highlight for you?
Plane ride home.
Poirier versus Miller. I agree. Tell me why it was fight of the night.
Poirier versus Miller was awesome. Those guys gave it everything they had. Miller ate big shots, huge shots, and kept coming forward. He ends up busting up that leg of Poirier and almost stopping the fight. And from what I heard earlier is that Poirier's leg might be broken. So if that is the case, mad props to him for hanging in there, and finishing that fight. As soon as the fight was over, he couldn't walk.
Right, the adrenaline wore off there for him.
Exactly.
Another bright spot in tonight was Jacare, submitting Tim Boetsch really like in alligator fashion, true to his nickname. He is a contender at 185. It is such a packed division. When you look at that, is that a bright spot for you, seeing all these guys just kind of lined up all ready for a title shot?
Well, the thing is for Jacare, he came in tonight against a very dangerous fighter who's ranked like number 13, and Jacare is, in title position, and he treated him like he was ranked number 13, which is exactly what he needed to do. He did it in spectacular fashion. He looked amazing, and props to him. And he won $50,000 tonight. So,
are those situations where you almost give more credit to an athlete because there is more to lose than gain in those situations a lot of time, and Jacare had no hesitation in taking it?
Yeah, Jacare will fight anybody. The problem is right now is everybody has a fight or guys are injured. That's what's been going on and why he hasn't been able to get a fight. But yeah, mad respect to him for taking that fight and finishing it the way that he did.
Talk about the co-main event tonight. Anderson Silva defeated Derek Brunson. It seemed like a lot of people disagreed with the judges' scorecards. What were your thoughts when they were announcing the scores?
Yeah, no, I agree. I had it 1-1 going into the third round, and I gave the third round to Brunson. But one of the things, I say it all the time, and I'll say it again, you got to beat the judges too. You cannot leave it in the hands of the judges. You can't be upset after if they give you a bad decision. You have to get in there and you have to either make a statement that you won the fight or finish them.
Before we get into this main event discussion, I want to ask you just your thoughts about kind of how this event played out. There were some controversial things some referees did. There were some controversial scores. I mean, do you look at this and get frustrated ever? Yeah,
I feel like the ref from New York shouldn't be ref in a main event fight. They don't have enough experience. He should not have been in there. But again, we don't make those decisions. The commission does. It was a bad decision by them. And if that guy takes a point for hitting after the bell, it's a draw.
Yeah,
the only possible way this night could be in
Oh my gosh. Well, let's talk about that. Happens one time, maybe you think it's a mistake, happens twice. Were you surprised by that?
Yeah, I mean, everybody was blowing me up on the phone. What's wrong with this ref? What's wrong with this ref? And, what's wrong with this ref is he doesn't have big fight experience like that, None of these guys do in this state yet, and they should have had one of the experienced MMA refs in there reffing that main event.
Sure. And the main event, I know you had such high hopes for these two incredibly talented strikers. When it all played out after 25 minutes, were you left satisfied with that fight?
No.
So then where does Jermaine go from here as the new champion? Is Cyborg the next and only option?
Yeah, Cyborg's next. She's got some hurdles to get over first, but like I said earlier in the week, it was looking good for her.
Do you expect Holly Holm to go back down to 135 or stay at 145?
No, I think Holly will probably go to 135 again.
Got to imagine you have some fun meetings ahead then, planning the next few events.
Yeah. We got the next few planned. Just got a lot of work to do for getting tonight.
All right, fair enough. I'll let you get on your plane. Thanks, boss.
Thank you.